Hello everyone, welcome to Tea with Sparksys. In this session, let us go through some of the updates from the Atlassian ecosystem. Now, if you're new to this channel, we talk about Jira. We talk a lot about Jira, and if you want to get regular updates from Atlassian ecosystem, then do consider subscribing to our channel, Sparksys channel, and of course my other channel, which is Ravi Sagar channel. Now, the first update I have today is about the macros in Confluence. Now, all of us have been using Confluence macros, and there are quite a lot of macros. Some of those macros are actually going to be deprecated, and those macros will still work, but you will now have time till September 25th, I believe. Yeah, that is the date. So on 25th of September, some of the macros will stop working completely. So this is important, especially for Jira admins, because or Confluence admins in this case, you need to let your customers know, let your clients know that these macros will not work. And you can also use, I think when you go to Confluence, there is a way to find out the usage of the macros. I think it works on Jira Cloud as well, I believe. It definitely works on Jira, not Jira, but Confluence Data Center. So these macros will not work, but there is an alternative. For example, if you're using chart macro, then Atlassian is recommending you to use a table and then use the other option called insert chart, and contributor summary will be deprecated, gallery will be deprecated, Google Drive legacy editor will be deprecated, page index, PowerPoint, Excel, Word macros, recently updated dashboard, related labels, space list, span, user list. So these macros will no longer work after 25th of September. And good thing is that you can find out easily. For example, if you go to your Confluence and you try to create a page, you can take a look at these deprecated macros, because you will get this indication in the name of the macro itself. For example, if you try to insert a macro, you will come to know, or you can figure out very easily by looking at these deprecated labels in the bracket, right? So, for example, these macros like Word, chart, Excel, gallery, PowerPoint, and so on. So it will be, a little bit of work for Jira and Confluence admins, because now we have to ask our users to worry about their pages and macros, and I'm not really sure if we can do something by replacing them. I think ideally, because I was looking at this page, this post, it says here that we will no longer support or we will no longer fix bugs on these deprecated macros unless there is a critical problem. And I'm trying to figure out the way we can easily replace. I don't really think we can replace. So basically, Atlassian is saying that you have to use the macro usage feature, which I was quite sure that there is a feature on Jira, not Jira, but Confluence Cloud as well. But you have to do it manually. And it can be a bit of a problem, because not each and everyone will do it. And I think if you go to your macro usage, you can find out whether these macros are being used or not. So good thing is that these, I think if you're using macro usage page here, then you can do something about it, right? You can actually go to those pages and try to figure out whether you need to replace them or not. So not really sure. I think it will definitely be a problem for us, because we have to now worry about it, and it can take some time depending upon the size of your Confluence instance. So I thought I'll let you know, because we all have to know that these things will not work in few months from now. All right. So the other update that I have for you is this really interesting feature that we now have in Jira, and that is for scheduling work by creating recurring tasks. Now, this is a bit different from the usual automations that we do. Now, the way it works is it will give the end users, ability to create an automation rule to set or to create a scheduled task, basically a recurring task kind of a thing, where every Monday morning, I believe, you want to maybe create a task for yourself. And this can be interesting because there are plenty of use cases. Like, we also do a lot of things with the help of Jira for our own internal planning. For example, for our marketing activities, we use, of course, a Jira project, but there are a few things that we need to do every Monday. For example, there is a task for me to create this Tea with Swaxis video session podcast, and it should be live on Monday morning. Now, there is a task for it that I need to create manually, but I can now schedule it. And to be honest, it is nothing but an automation rule, but that is not the important part. The important part here is that any user can do it, provided they have the permission. And I will show you this, because today I actually wanted to spend a bit more time on this update. Now, you can of course read more about it if you go to this post. By the way, don't worry about the links. I'll share all the links in the description. So you can take a look at this post where Atlassian is talking about how to configure a recurring task, right? So any user can do it. They can go to an issue. They can set it to recur. And when they do it, it will basically create an automation, right? So eventually it is creating an automation, but the way you are letting the end user do it by taking input from them is wonderful. And then you also have the option to, as an admin, to disable those recurring tasks if you think it is not really required anymore. And you can also globally configure this you can globally configure that in your Jira instance, do you want users to create a recurring task or not. So I think this feature will evolve in future, because many people may want to do this, right? And they may want to do it for other use cases, not just recurring tasks. So the idea here is that you want to allow users to create an automation rule, but using a simple interface. So let me show you. If you're watching this video, then of course you can follow it on this video. But if you're on podcast, go to your Jira instance and try it yourself. I think this feature is now there for everyone. Now you need to go to any issue in Jira, right? And I'm not really sure if you have this feature or not. I have it on my cloud Jira instance. Now, under the set actions or automations, you will find this option called set to recur. Now, before I click on this set to recur, I just want to talk about a few things here. Right now, there is no schedule configure for this issue. But if I click on this, it will give me this pop-up where I can select here, I want this to recur every day, every weekday, Monday to Friday, every day, weekly on a particular day like Sunday or Monday or Wednesday, right? So this is good. It's a bit configurable, and you want this to happen when do you want this to happen when the issue is complete? I guess this is probably based on the resolution, or you just want to do it, right? And you want to end this on a particular date. Maybe you want to end this sometime, in future. But I'm not really sure why I don't see, because I only see here 6th of April, which is today, and not really sure how I can set it on. Maybe I want this to happen maybe on. I want this to end maybe after 2 months. So maybe I'm missing something here. Let me select here daily, and I don't really see any option here like to end it on a particular date. So not really sure, but again, I'm also looking at it for the very first time. But the thing is that when you click on the save button, it will then create this automation for you, and it says here recurs daily, and it will also give you the option to just delete this. So before I delete this, I'll go to the automations, and because I am the admin, I can go to the automations and I can take a look at the automation rule, which is saying here that this issue, I think, will be cloned on a particular date. So actually it is nothing but a schedule, and I think this schedule is something that you can further configure. Of course, you need to have admin rights, but you can configure it here further if you want. And it is nothing but a clone automation. And by the way, if you want to learn automation rules, I have on my website ravisagar.in plenty of videos. So just go to courses on my website and then go to the Mastering Jira Cloud Automation playlist. I have plenty of videos, and I'm sure I must have talked about clone issue, right? So do take a look at the playlist. So this is great, and I want to basically also show you one more thing. If you want to disable this feature, you can go to automation, global automation settings, and then you can configure whether you want non-admins to do it. So you can simply go to global configuration for your automation rules, and you can uncheck this, allow non-admins to create a recurring rules. And of course, we have the feature for allow project admins to configure or create rules. But this is good because I think when a non-admin user is trying to do something about automation, or they want to automate something, they reach out to the admins, right? So in a way, we are, I think, slowly moving towards delegating the activities that admin can do or project admins can do, right? In Jira, unfortunately, we just have 2 levels or 3 levels. One is, of course, Jira admin. Then, of course, we have project admin and users. And I'm not talking about org and site admin, but within Jira, right? So I think this is good. I think this will be definitely useful, and I'm looking forward to this feature. I'll, of course, keep an eye on this feature a bit more, and I will also monitor the usage of my recurring repeatable task. So these are the only few updates that I have about the new features. But of course, there are other things that I want to talk about. Now let's talk about the upcoming event. Now in just a couple of days, the Atlassian Team 25 event will begin, and this year it is happening in California from 8th April to 10th of April. Unfortunately, even this year I'm not going. I'm not really sure when I will get a chance to attend the Atlassian team event. I'm sure, I'm very positive. I am sure one day it will happen. For me, it is a bit difficult to leave work and attend an event for a couple of days. It is not just a couple of days. I think it's a 3-day event, and USA is not really close. It is a bit far, and usually you need like a week away from work if you want to attend such events. But if you're one of those fortunate people who is going there, good luck, enjoy your time there. But if you're like me, if you're not going to the event, then you can always attend this or attend the sessions at least online. And it is, of course, free of cost. So you can go to the register for free button on top, and you can just sign up. You can click on the register now, and then you can go to sign up for free, and you can sign up. So this is good because you can at least attend these sessions online. I'll try to attend a couple of events, like couple of online sessions, but usually I wait for the event to settle down because when the moment you open LinkedIn, the moment you go to community, there is always something about Atlassian team, and I'm a bit jealous, but I wait for the event to finish. And I think this year I'm really hoping that Atlassian will announce something about data center, because I think they should make it very clear that they have no plans to continue adding new features to data center, right? So a lot of people in my network, they told me that this can happen this year. So let us see. I'm not really sure. I hope they don't do it, but I, at the same time, want them to at least be clear about it, right? Okay, so let us talk about the videos of the week. So we recently talked about the new UI, the new user interface in Jira, and I've made a video on this, and I have been talking about it, but for some reason it is actually causing a lot of confusion when I work with because the problem is that with the new UI, everything that we have done so far as a consultant, as a YouTuber, I guess I'm also a YouTuber, I think it is all it will all change, and we have to now redo everything. And to be honest, I'm a bit I'm not sure whether I will be able to, or whether I want to basically update my videos and everything, because you can't really redo each and everything that you have been doing. You can't really redo your videos or courses with each new update in the UI. But because we work with clients, because we have to help our customers, we need to constantly and we need to constantly talk about it, because it will take some time for them to get used to it. So I highly recommend you, if you are new to Jira, or if you are using already using Jira, then try to get comfortable, try to get used to the new user interface. It is different, and I know some of the sites are still on the old UI, but pretty soon it will be all new user interface. So this video of mine will help you if you are trying to understand the changes. Apart from this, I also want to talk about how to measure success and failure of your Jira deployment. Now, if you are new to Jira and you're trying to roll out Jira in your organization, maybe you have moved from a legacy tool to Jira, or maybe you're just curious whether whatever you're doing with Jira is helping or not, then you may want to measure, or you might be thinking whether you need to measure or not. So if you're not really sure whether you should measure, whether you need to measure, and how you can measure, then this video of mine, how to measure success or failure of Jira deployment, might help. So do watch this video. I'll of course now give you the link in the description. Right, so the last thing that I want to talk about is the blog post which we wrote about cloning issues in Jira. Now, a lot of people actually reach out to me personally, and of course through our company website, and they want to learn script runner, they want to do something with script runner, they want to get started, and one of their question is that they don't have technical background, or maybe they have some technical background but they are not massively comfortable writing code, and they are curious to know whether they can learn script runner without writing code or not. Now the thing is, I've been very open about it. If you want to learn script runner, or if you need to learn script runner, then you need to definitely learn how to code if you don't know how to code, or you need to at least get started somewhere. Fortunately, when you are using script runner, you can do a lot of things with script runner without writing code, because there are a lot of built-in functions. And when I interview my when I interview someone for a position in our company, I normally give them a task to create a clone issue based on some activity in Jira. And I give them this task where I also ask them to clone an issue, but based on some conditions. Of course, you can do it by writing a custom post function script, but you can also do it by using a built-in post function script, which is not really a script, which is basically an inbuilt post function, and you can do it without writing a code. You do have an option to add some conditions on it, like only do it when the priority is critical, for example, right? So the thing is that if you want to get started and you're not really sure, then you don't really need to know each and everything about Groovy on day one. You can of course learn, and you need to learn, but you can still get started with script runner for Jira without writing code in the beginning. So I thought I'll talk about it. We have written this blog post where we have covered how to clone an issue in Jira without writing code. So do read this post if you want to learn something about it. And yeah, that is it. That is all I wanted to talk about in this in this podcast, in this video, in this session. I hope you found this session useful and you learned something new today. Thank you very much.